And people are complaining. The neighbors are complaining. They say, well, it's a mess.
The neighbors are complaining.
But you heard that, the neighbor next door. You heard that.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Well, she told me you were here when she was with me.
Okay, I guess I'll blow these out then.
Yes, please. And pick them up.
Then that's pretty much it. Because you guys are getting a good price, to be honest. Then if you guys want to look for somebody else, that's fine too.
Well, please blow the leaves and then you talk to her.
Yeah, no, I'll do this last job, then you guys can call somebody else.
Yo, what is crackin' gang? In this video, I'm going to be talking about 4 clients to avoid in lawn care. I got some good stories for y'all, from clients who try to sneak in free work, to complainers, to straight up rude ones. If you're in the lawn care game, you'll run into these people, so let's get right into it. Now, the first client to avoid is the add extra services client. They start small, like, hey, can you pick up just a few branches? Next thing you know, it's every time. And then when you push back, they hit you with, oh, I thought that was part of the service. That's exactly what happened with this lady in the first clip. And the first red flag was that neighborhood already had like 3 lawn crews. So why didn't she? I figured out pretty quick she was annoying to deal with, and lawn care providers kept dropping her. At first, I let it slide, but then she wanted me to blow out the leaves from her flower bed before mowing every single time, and I did it a couple of times. But with the worker, it was just taking me like 5-7 minutes extra, and I told her I have to charge extra because it's taking me more time, and she tried to haggle the price with me, and that's when I said, nah, you gotta find somebody else, which is why, I said that in the video. Then she even tried to talk about how the neighbors are complaining, this and that there's like leaves in her property, and I'm just like, I know for a fact the neighbors don't care, how your property looks. And that's another thing, like clients that are always home watching you work, they're usually the ones looking for something wrong, which brings me to the next type, the complainer. These are the ones that stand outside watching your every move, ready to point something out, like you missed this spot right here, you didn't trim this side enough with the weed whacker, like bruh, like just go inside and let me work. If I miss something, send me a picture and I'll get it next time. Like, simple. Instead, complainers, they just want to waste your time trying to correct you. It's really annoying. And a quick story about that one, I have this client, and every time I show up, they sit in their garage and they watch me mow, and every single time he wants me to like weed whack some area, like he'll try to see if I missed anything. Then sometimes he'll be like, oh, since you're already here, can you cut this branch real quick? I mean, he pays me, like he'll say, get all the weeds out of the flower bed. Yeah, don't get me wrong, he pays me, but it's better if he just lets me know ahead of time so I just prepare for it. He would want me to do like other stuff too, like he has this bird's nest like on top of his house, and he's like, oh, can you get that for me and like take care of it? And I'm just like, bro, like I don't know how to relocate a bird's nest. Like, where am I gonna put it? In my truck or in the truck bed? It'll fly out. Like, I don't got time for that. Like, go find somebody else. Like, he wanted me to do like these weird tasks. Then recently we got into it because there was this area that I edged, and he was like, oh, you didn't edge that. I'm like, what you mean? Like, every time I edge, it leaves like a little dust line. And I'm like, bro, I edged that. And like, we were kind of getting into it, and I'm just like, man, what's up with this dude? Always acting weird. Then one time we had just finished cutting his lawn, and he wasn't outside in the garage. So as soon as we got done, we already packed everything up. We're in the truck. I'm like drinking water, looking up the next home to route, and we just see the garage start opening up. And he's a pretty heavy set dude, so you could just see like his legs, his knees. And I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm about to start the truck and let's bounce out, before he starts asking for like another service or saying that we missed some things. And it's funny because it was already up to his chest. I know he saw us leaving. I stepped on it and I bounced. I'm not about to wait around for him to be like, hey, wait, come back, like do some extra stuff. So I just bounced, and I just thought that was kind of funny because I know for a fact he saw us like trying to leave quickly. Then if he tried to text me, I just wouldn't even open the text until the next day and be like, oh yeah, sorry, I'm just now seeing this. I'll get to it next time. But yeah, that's a complainer for you guys. Now the next one on the list is the rude client. And this one's a pretty funny story. It's a little crazy story. Like, I had this old lady for one season. It was like mid-season. And honestly, like, I feel bad for whoever has to mow her lawn now. The first red flag was I sent out a mass text to all my clients. I do this all the time. Like before I mow, I let them know, please move any water hoses, any branches, any dog feces, so we can mow the lawn properly. You guys can get a good quality cut. So then she calls me going off, saying like, oh, there's never any branches, like my lawn is never dirty, like why are you accusing me, you know, this and that. Like I let her go off for like a minute. Once she stopped, you know, I was gonna talk, right? So I'm like, yeah, whatever. Then, you know, I calmed her down, but then that was just a red flag. Like I knew she was gonna be trouble. And after that she started talking about Jesus and like how she believes a lot in Jesus, you know, just talking a lot. So I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, she's kind of weird, because you know, she was always talking about Jesus, but she was also really rude. So I'm like, you know, this doesn't make sense, you know. You're just like a hypocrite, like what? And she would always text me like, oh, what time are you? Like she wanted the exact time frame. She was just being really weird, and I would ignore her text just to make her mad on purpose, and she would get even more mad. She would complain if you cross the neighbor's property line by a little bit. She was like a funny little weird story. Well, it wasn't funny, it was kind of weird. Like I found a dead cat in her backyard, and I told her about it, and she was trying to argue with me, like saying it wasn't true. And I'm just like, lady, I was just back there. If you don't want to believe me, it's all good, it's on you. Then she's like, no, yeah, I was just back there, there's nothing back there. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like I'm just gonna bounce, you already paid me, I'm leaving. But then later she texted me like paragraphs saying, oh, like, oh, you were right, there's a dead cat, I think my dog killed it, he's like a predator, this and that. Just texting a bunch of stuff like that, like paragraphs. And I'm just like, lady, I don't care. But I wanted to mess with her because she's pretty rude. And the only reason I stuck around was she tipped good. Like now that I think about it, I think she was tipping good, so I would put up with her. You know, she's an old lady, so I don't know, some old people are really weird. So then I started texting her like, oh yeah, that's pretty messed up that I saw a dead cat, like I love cats. But I was just saying stuff like that just to make her feel like even worse. Like just to make her feel bad. You know, really in reality I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just there to work and bounce. So I was already headed to my next property. I wasn't really thinking about it. I really didn't care. She was like, oh, I hope the neighbors don't think that I'm a cat killer. And I'm just like, yeah, I mow a lot in your area, so I don't know if they think that, this and that. I just thought it was really funny. But long story short, we eventually had a heated argument. I had to do like a leaf cleanup, then mow her lawn, and she was trying to tell me how to do my job. She was like, it would be smarter if you just blow the leaves first and then mow, this and that. And I'm just like, lady, either way it's gonna look the same. Like just let me do what I know how to do. Then she, you know, she just kept arguing. We kept arguing. Then that's when I let her have it. You know, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like for somebody that believes in Jesus, you're the rudest client I've ever had. You're nothing but a hypocrite. Then she was like, oh, you can leave, like this and that. Then she kept like going off and off. Then I just started laughing. Like I started laughing at her face, and that just made her even more mad. And that's the reason why I did it. I let off like this little crazy laugh. Then the funny part is she rushed into her house and I rushed out of there because I'm like, man, you know, this lady's weird. Like I don't know if she's gonna go get a strap. Either way, I'm bouncing. So I just left, and I never heard from her ever since. And to be honest, I feel bad for the other lawn care company that has to put up with her. But yeah, the rude clients, you know, they're not really worth the mental bandwidth. Like just let them go, you know. So the fourth and the final one is the late payer. Now here's my rule: if they owe me for 2 services, I stop mowing, period. Like think about it, guys. When you get a haircut, you pay right away, right? So why should lawn care be any different? I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes the clients, they're not home, and that's fine. That's why I use Square for invoicing. You can just leave an invoice, or they can leave cash hidden somewhere. It works for me every time. But don't keep mowing if they're not paying. Like value yourself and your time. My first 2 years, yeah, I would always have to chase down payments, you know, send messages constantly. But don't get me wrong, if it's like a big job, over 300, ask for a deposit down. In my first 2 years, there were some times when I would let like 3 to 4 payments go. It's a lot of money, you know. We're talking about like upwards of 200, and you know they're just not paying because they moved out or they just don't want to pay you. Recently, from all my late payers, I just sent them a text message that I got from ChatGPT saying like, if you guys don't pay, the account will be referred to collections, and and or pursue in small claims court. You may be responsible for additional fees. This is an attempt to collect a debt. Like, I'm trying to get all my money, to be honest. I'm most likely not going to do it, but at least if I can scare the client, then that works for me. I just want to let them know, like, I'm about to mess up your credit if you don't pay me. I'm still going to look for ways to do that because some of these clients, they really think they can get away with not paying you. I'm currently going to look up, I'm thinking about like a system or something to mess with the clients, like their credit score, you know, just to get back at them. At the end of the day, it's like they're stealing from you. Gotta get them back somehow. Pretty much wraps it up, guys. So yeah, those are the 4 types of clients to avoid: the add-on freebie client, the complainer, the rude one, the late payer. Trust me, you're gonna run into all of them eventually. Don't be afraid to fire clients that don't respect you. Focus on the good ones. Those are the ones that value your work. Smash that like button if you guys have dealt with these types. Subscribe for more lawn care business stories, tips, and tricks. Drop a comment. What's the worst client story you guys have ever had? Please let me know. Stay grinding and stay winning. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.